I was depressed because, I would look in the mirror, and if I had to take off my shirt, I wouldn't try to look in the mirror. I would try to get dressed as quickly as possible, put the towel on. I didn't want to look at myself. I didn't see Darnell. I saw what I've ruined. Childhood, since I can remember, I've always been the biggest person that I know. I was always the biggest friend. I was always the person that was introduced as the fat kid or somebody that was out of shape. If I played sports, I was the last person picked. Once I knew my son was on the way, I was 17 years old. I didn't know how to take it. So at that point, the main thing that I've coped with my whole life was food. So what I began to do for the next 9 months to a year, I ate. At the end of the night, I ate. I had all my sweets, I had all my snacks, I had all my juices, and I began to hibernate as I did before. I thought about eating all day long because that was what brought me peace at the time. That is when I felt comfortable. That's when I felt like I was myself. So throughout the day, it was me just trying to endure. So put on this face, act a certain way from 9 to 5, and then after the sun goes down, I'm alone, and then I can begin to eat, and I can begin to cope with how I feel inside. I knew what I was capable of, but every time I looked in the mirror, I'm saying, you're gone, and this is you now, and accept who you are, and it's time to go eat. You're a size 48 pants. You have loose skin. You have breasts. Whatever the case may be, it will be a reason why I wasn't going to move forward with the weight loss because, number one, no one cares. Number two, I can't go back. I can't lose 100 pounds. Being at my heaviest, what bothered me the most was probably being on that roller coaster and everybody's getting latched on and it's time to go on Nitro at Six Flags. I thought mine was latched on, of course, and they're doing their check before you can go. And they try to push mine down and pushes it down and it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't latch. And then he gets somebody else. So now I have two people trying to latch down one human being. They couldn't do it, and they tell me nicely, you can't get on this ride. And that was probably one of the worst experiences of my life. It was all eyes on me just because of my size. And I did it to myself. I was a full-time father, and I became a part-time father. And I had a house. I lost the house. And I was sleeping in my car for about 2 days straight. And I finally came to my mom and told her, I don't know how to start, how to begin life. I never had my health, so everything was gone at that point. And I was crawled up on my mom's living room floor, crying in the ball, didn't know where to go. When I moved in with my mom, she's big on giving me guidance and pep talks, and she won't leave me alone. But she also told me to go to the gym, because I told her, I'm trying to figure out how to become a better man, and she says, just go to the gym. And I'm thinking, that has nothing to do with anything. She gave me a 7-day pass, and me and my friend went to the gym probably that week. When I walked into the gym, it's never a good experience when you're the big guy in the gym. And even though I was the big guy, I had a good time, and I felt like something made sense. I kind of like this. And I went on Bodybuilding.com, and they had this transformation contest. And I said, that's interesting. Something made sense at the gym, and then I go on Bodybuilding.com, and I need to transform, and they're doing this contest. So that's what really gave me the extra spark to say, this is my route. This is my path. To break a habit of over 20 years wasn't easy. So I just continued to stick with what I needed to do. And if I got weak, I would have a blueberry. That was like my sweet snack, because at the end of the night, I always like a sweet snack. My setbacks would be planned. So if I knew that I was close to a breaking point, I would plan a day where I would go to a buffet every 2 to 3 weeks. That would be my time where I would indulge, and that would put me back on a straight and narrow, because when you eat well for so long and you eat something so unhealthy, you pay for it. It makes you miss eating the healthy foods, and I never thought I'd actually say that. The more weight I lost, the more confidence I had. The more me and my son's relationship improved. My finances improved. I lived with my mom. All of a sudden, I had my own place. And the more I pushed myself to the next level, the more life made sense. And that's all I really wanted at the end of the day, was life to make some sort of sense. I lost all of my weight in about a good year and 2 months. The lowest I got was 160 pounds, size 32 waist. My son's name is Trey. He's 7 years old and he talks a hole in my ear, but he's the light of my life. Prior to me transforming, going outside and doing all those activities, it wasn't something I enjoyed. I only see him certain days of the week, but we go outside every single time. And whether we're running together or playing basketball, that is our peace, that is our haven. And I guess I would have never seen me finding peace outside with my son, and this has improved our relationship drastically. I feel like I am liberated. When you lose weight, you just expect to look a little different. You expect to look different in your clothes, but you don't expect your life to be different. And my life is drastically different. It's like chipping away at a brick wall. Once you chip away long enough, that wall goes down. And it may take a while, but once it goes down, that light comes in. Life falls into place. Life fell into place for me. That's why I haven't stopped. It's not because I'm a nutrition freak. I still love wings. But I also love my son more. And I love my life more. I love my new life more.